Hey there, this is Beth, and I bought this deck a while back, and I did an initial review on it. It's the Animalis Os Fortuna. I got it on Etsy from Zaru. I don't know how to say Zaru. The lady's name who runs the shop is Megan, and she's an incredible artist. I love her work. And it's funny because when I bought this, I was originally on Etsy to buy The Wild Unknown, and I came across this one, and I fell so much in love with it that I got Megan's deck instead of the other one. And it's one of the things I love about this deck that was very surprising to me is that it loves my money reading because it's all animals. This one's death. I love the death. I always like looking at death cards. Death cards fascinate me. But she uses bones because Animalis Os Fortuna. Animalis is animal, of course, in Latin. Os is bone, and Fortuna, of course, is fortune. But she has kind of this bone theme that runs through the deck that I just adored. And not like this one, not so much. Let's see, right here, this one has the temperance. I can't remember what you are. I think my little. It does. She sent me a little. Where are you? I thought you were over here. I don't see it. Oh, there it is. I knew it was over here. Yes, you get to watch me look on my messy desk for things that are hiding. Where is it? This is the temperance card. I'm still kind of getting done. It was a whale. Okay, that's what I thought. It doesn't specify what type of whale. But this is the temperance card. It features a whale. But you look, you have your whale. And they have these little bonefish. Aren't they adorable? So you get kind of this theme of bones and animals running through it. And this deck reads beautifully for me. I just love it. It hates card pulls, though. At least mine does. It doesn't like working mass amounts of people quickly. But money readings, oh my God. It's just reads beautifully for money. And in a very gentle way, because I work with a lot of entrepreneurs and people in general who are having money issues. My money reading is probably one of my most popular items I have. And this deck just reads so well with it. I'm finding it's very gentle. So if you have someone who's feeling kind of frail and fragile in their life, this is a really beautiful deck to read for them. Because it doesn't beat you over the head. Like my Mythic Tarot deck gives what I call fuck you readings. And that's when you see, people say there's no stupid question. My Mythic Tarot deck tends to disagree with that. And if you ask what it considers a stupid question, or if you're asking the same question over and over, it just will give you the finger and tell you to fuck off and give you just these really kind of almost bashing, brutal readings. Whereas this one just gives you, I love that High Priestess. See, there's the swan, and then you got the little bone aspect in the shadow. It's very cleverly done. Scarab for Nine of Pentacles, which I think is lovely. It's a very, very gentle deck to work with, which is one of the things I have come to love about it. Because it's always nice to kind of have that balance between the kick in the pants decks and the ones that can just gently move you to where you need to be. That's the Five of Pentacles with a scorpion. She's very well thought out on her use of the animals and her portrayal of them. Wheel of Fortune, probably one of my favorite cards in this deck. It's just beautiful and so well presented. But I've been working quite a bit with this deck in the last little while. I just love reading with it. And I love the gentility and the beauty that it brings to a reading. And because I scanned all my cards so I can easily drop them into the document, into the PDF for people, so they can see what the cards look like, especially this one, because it has some different symbology going on with the animals. I find the animals change sometimes the meaning slightly. Some things it's a little more gentle on. It's heavy cardstock. This deck is kind of one of the more difficult ones I have to shuffle. That's probably my only gripe about it, but that's not much of a gripe. And love it. I highly recommend this one. If you're looking for something that's different, you like animals, you're into bones too. As I collect, I've been picking up bones since I was a kid. I have several skulls. I find them, I don't acquire them. They come to me. That's kind of how I work with that whole skull thing. And I have a goat's skull that I found when I was, where were we living? We were in Helena, so I was in 4th or 5th grade. I want to say 4th. And I found a goat skull when we were out hiking, and I made them bring it home, and it had like little dead bits on it still. 7 of Cups is another favorite with the starfish. But yeah, it still had bits of little goat, and it stank. I love my skull. And then one year I found a hummingbird skull in my garden. And so I've always had affinity for bones. Once again, there you go with the Knight of Cups. You see the bones within the turtly porpoise creature. And she sent me a little black book as opposed to a white book. And the one thing I do like about this is some of the animals, I like, which one's that? And you're able to easily reference your animals. And the actual definitions of the brief definitions are well thought out and will sometimes vary a little because of the use of the animals. Strength is the badger. And if you know anything about badgers, badgers are very strong, tenacious creatures. You don't want to mess with a badger at all. Cat's the magician. But the gentility of it just has been beautiful. And I can't rave enough about that gentility. The Judgment card is also one of my favorites because the word judgment is such a loaded word for most people. It's like, oh, doom and gloom, could you be judged? And yeah, you have that sprout there, something growing, and not so much the doom and gloom that card can bring to it. And my experience with it so far has been just beautiful. Hierophant. And I wanted to revisit this deck with you guys just because I have been using it now for quite a while and using it for readings for clients and working with it. I'm getting glare. The Fool is the raccoon. Once again, you get the bone aspect going on there. So if you're looking for an animal deck that is a little different, this is a black and white deck, obviously. But you're looking for something that's a little different that includes animals. And it does have one human figure, which I believe is the devil. This is a really excellent deck to buy. I highly recommend it. For me, it reads beautifully, and I'm finding I'm getting a very good connection with the cards after a good, I don't know how long I've had it. I should have looked at the date of the old video, but I didn't. Highly recommended. Animalis Os Fortuna. I'll put a link to the shop on Etsy in the little notes. So if you want to pick one up, I'm sure Megan would love that. And I've had some interactions with her since the last video I made on hers, and she's just a sweet person. So I highly recommend buying from her shop and her deck. She also has a new Oracle card deck one out that is on my want and wish list for tarot. That one incorporates some color and is based on I can't talk today. I used all my talking up at my bridge job talking about antiques. But it's based on the Day of the Dead and the sugar skulls, and what I've seen of it so far is gorgeous, and I think in the next few months that's probably going to be purchased. I'll do an unboxing and later review when I pick that one up. But that is all for now, folks. But if you're looking for an animal deck, I highly recommend the Animalis Os Fortuna. Everyone have a great day. Bye.